Hey everyone, welcome to Pickleball and Beyond. My name is Ryan.
My name is Vino.
And today we are looking at the Diadem Hush. So, we haven't gotten to use a whole lot of sound dampening paddles. Let's hear your initial thoughts on the Hush.
So this is supposed to be this noise cancelling hush paddle.
Yep, which is, again, the main hype about the paddle.
Exactly. And with this new, everyone wanting this kind of silent feel with residential complaining and stuff like that, let's just start off with, does it sound different?
Let's listen to it.
Yeah.
So, I have a Diadem icon right here, and I'm just going to tap the
Yeah.
ball up. So that's a pretty typical paddle noise.
Yeah.
I think we all know that noise
Yeah.
very well. And then this is how the Hush compares.
It is softer. I mean, when I
Very
looked
quiet.
at this under the microscope,
Yep.
it just felt like a piece of EV foam. Feels like that as
Yep,
well.
super foamy feel to
It's
it.
very foamy. I think that is the big hype about this. So from that perspective, I think they've delivered something.
Yeah, absolutely. Starting with that sound, they met their goal.
Yes,
Absolutely.
they met the goal. So let's go from there, right? Overall, Diadem does good paddles. They have lived up to their reputation. Pretty good. Go look at the specs. We'll put it online as well. Solid paddle, simple design. But how does it play is now the big question, right?
Yeah, it surprised us, and we could tell right away this was certainly a power paddle. I remember we start off hitting some dinks usually, and then as soon as we started swinging loose, we're like, holy smokes.
I mean, it was smoking it, literally. Yeah. It kind of reminded me a little bit about the Diadem Vice, right? That really interesting paddle with the holes in it. That was fully EVA,
Yeah.
right? It kind of played very similar, wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, had a lot of the same characteristics as that.
I mean, can you speak anything else? Let's just go like, how bad was the control? Let's put it there.
Yeah, so surprisingly, compared, the Diadem Vice was horrible control.
Yes.
And then this was, again, it obviously by all means it was not fantastic there, but it was okay.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It had some level of
Yeah,
control to it, but I mean that's like the low light of the paddle is the control category.
But even like when you were playing your hard shots, it was very silent. Like it actually was sound dampening. You did not hear that thonk thonk noise.
No.
And some of like these thermoform paddles, the different cores, you have this really reverberating sound.
Yeah.
Like from the road you can hear it.
Yeah.
With this, they have taken care of that.
Yeah.
Right? So as you go back to your drives, how did you feel? Could you control the power?
So I'd say at first I was hitting them long, right?
Yep.
So I think it's because with this surface you don't get a lot of dwell, so it didn't quite get that top spin that you'd like on those really long drives.
Yep.
So without that dwell and with it flying off, you're going to be hitting some of those balls long until you dial it in a little bit.
Yes.
That was one thing to
And
mention.
I think for me, you just hit another nail on the head. It's the dialing down part. Because wherever it hits, it just hits.
Yeah, it flies.
You don't get a feel of where it's hitting, how much of force you need to put, or like if you're like doing a third shot drop or a reset, how much do you have to hold back?
Yeah.
Because it hits and just goes off.
Yeah, it's
You know
very
what I mean?
pingy, right? So we'll tie it into finishing the power, the pop.
Yes.
There's lots of power both from a full drive, tons of power, and then the pop as well. I mean, if there's a hard ball coming at you, you could hold this thing and it'll just fly back at their feet.
It's just a vertical projection back. Whatever goes in almost is coming
All
right
terms
back.
of power, it's spitting out hot.
Yes.
End of story with the power there.
Yes. Spin.
So I alluded to it a little bit on the top spin from the drives. There's not a lot of dwell, and we kind of noticed that in the spin as well, especially like on those hard balls, even the slow shots. It didn't catch the best, but it certainly did have some elements of spin to it.
I mean, if you feel it, it's really rough, so you are going to get that surface coefficient.
Exactly. The
friction.
surface will provide some of it for you.
But it's not going to dwell and turn it. So I think that's where, we felt there was not too much of spin. As far as numbers go, it does come at 122 as far as swing goes. And the twist weight a little bit lower, 5.3. So, but it doesn't play like that. because it feels like a different surface, right?
Yeah.
Because even when you hit the edges, it feels like it's flying off.
Absolutely.
So it feels like you've got a very large sweet spot. And then maneuverability, it feels light.
Yeah, it feels very light.
It feels
man.
very
Super
light,
easy.
and like because like you touch it, it's going. It feels like you are able to maneuver it. Get what I mean? So conclusion: who and what is this for?
So I'd say personally, if you don't have like any need, if you're not seeking out a paddle for that silentness, I think Diadem just makes better options. But if you're limited to something that, you know, where you need to keep the noise level down and you're looking for a power paddle, I mean, this is certainly without a doubt an ultimate power paddle. And even if you aren't looking for that extra silentness from their lineup, I mean, this is the hardest hitting paddle that we had tried from them outside of the Vice. I mean, it's very similar to the Vice, but I mean, that's,
Yeah,
you know, that thing's banned.
Yes, yes.
Not allowed.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of the market for who you're looking at.
And I would also say some of the older folks that are getting whacked at that want to return something
Yeah,
back.
and it's good if you can't apply a lot of that
Yes.
power yourself and you're looking to get assistance from the paddle.
Yes.
This will give you that assistance.
Yes. So definitely a very interesting paddle. If you want to try it out, please reach out to us. We like helping people find paddles. Please subscribe, please comment. We love hearing from you. We love helping to grow this channel and thereby being able to help you guys as well with content. Hopefully we'll see you another paddle review.